Alright, rolling on everything. So we're going to start off, man. We're going to have a cold root beer in a frosty mug. For no reason. You know, last time we worked on a film thing together, it was fucking cold. Remember that?
Yeah, and now it's super hot.
What do you think about filming in a very cold climate?
Filming in a cold climate? I prefer it.
Why?
Because we use lights. Lights get hot.
Oh, that's a good point. We're using LED.
It still gets hot. It doesn't get as hot as fast, but
I guess so.
after a long period of time.
I just feel like working on anytime I've ever worked in the winter out here in New York, it's just awful. Like that especially, because I as VR Mike, I had the jacket on, and then I couldn't use the jacket.
Those days were cold as shit.
It was like 11 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, no. If I wasn't running around with the Ronin, I would have frozen. The weight helped keep the blood going through my veins, kept the fires going.
True, but dude, I had no gloves, no hat, just a fucking...
No,
sweatshirt.
you're a trooper though, bro.
Thanks, man.
That was a fun shoot.
Definitely.
It was funny as shit.
It's always good to go out and do stuff like that.
Yeah, it is.
That's why you're doing something right now. We could, let me kill this fan. I'm an idiot.
It's all good. Probably the noise in the audio disappeared too. But
so, weekly world review. It's something you're going out on your own. You're doing your own thing. Found a platform, and you're going for it. What can you say about what inspired you to start?
Weekly World News. I'm a big fan of the Weekly World News.
Nice.
I would read it when I was a kid. We would go out to the grocery stores and I would see a new publication and I would ask my mom to purchase it for me. And I don't know if she actually knew what she was buying me, but the stories and the articles were funny as hell and they were really out there. So I guess I'm trying to play that game because I feel I may have an imagination of some sort, or it's the drugs. But
hopefully legal ones.
Yeah. And so I've got this. Got my partner in crime in it, and her and I, we come up with ideas. She writes out articles, sends them to me. I'm like the editor. Okay. I take things out. I add things to the story to, make it flow. And then after we get our 5 stories, which we do in one day, the next day, I film them.
Okay.
And then I edit and I did all the After Effects. Like I do all the post-production, I guess.
That's cool.
And then we take one out every day. That's about it. No doubt.
Now this isn't your first time doing like an endeavor like that. You had a web series, Living with Beasticles, and you did the whole YouTube thing. Are you think you're doing this a little more consistent now, or you're gonna try to
absolutely
attack it a lot?
Living with Beasticles was an amazing project to do, an amazing series. I worked with a very cool team that, in a collaborative sense, we came out with, I guess, mini movies, because they have like each one has kind of a cinematic feel to it, which is kind of cool. But it was very difficult putting stuff like that together because it consisted of multiple people, getting times on schedule. Chaos. Utter fucking chaos.
Wow.
But fun. All the results were fun in the end.
That's cool.
And I don't know, it just got a little... That one was just... it kind of trailed off. I'd recently released the last episode ever that didn't quite get finished, called Beasta Snatchers. It hit my inbox, and I smiled and I watched it and I put it up immediately. Pretty funny, but Living with Beasticles was fun, and it was time to really. Everybody who was involved in Living with Beasticles is off doing their own thing now.
Yeah.
We all branched out, and that's really how life is. It just pulls you together, moves you apart. You find new groups that you pull together, and then you move apart. It's like atoms.
It's like a bunch of passing trains.
Yeah. I think. I don't understand that analogy.
Like, you're moving different directions, but for a moment, you're just moving side by side. But you know what I mean? Not in the same direction, but
I can jump
you're
on that
both
bandwagon.
next to each other, and then it trails off. It's like, there's actually an Ulrich Schnauz album called "Faraway Trains Passing By." I don't know if that's connected to what we're saying, but it's kind of like that. I feel like.
No doubt. No, I can definitely see what you're saying about that. I imagined imagining in your mind, seeing the two trains, and then they stop.
There's like someone on one train and another, and it's just like, and you guys like,
how's it going? Yeah.
Just like,
yeah.
Just like,
yeah.
I feel like that'd be a ridiculous Diplo video, or not Diplo. I don't know why I said Diplo. So one of the, I don't know.
Because the mind has 1,000,001 things flowing through it.
It's true.
Like a speeding passing train.
Or a YouTube channel.
Or a YouTube channel.
So you didn't only have Living with Beasticles, but you had other web series. You had the one with the tub.
Brett and Taso in the tub.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that one. I enjoyed working with Brett. He's a super, super cool and talented dude. And that concept was just shower thoughts. I've been trying to figure out a way to, in my personal life, to, I guess, get some of my craziness out of my head so that I can focus on my daily jobs.
Okay.
And I've tried, I guess I've tried so many different types. None of them blew up at all, which is hilarious. Living with Beasticles is the one that got the most views. The most views. And at the end of the day, I really don't give a shit if my channel blows up or not. Yeah. I'm doing everything. I do everything for me. And if others are entertained by it, then so be it. I guess I helped in the path that I want to take in life and just fucking entertain people. Exactly. That's it. Don't take life too serious.
Yeah. One of my favorite videos was your stand-up set. Remember that? You had your open mic.
My the 3 shows that I actually filmed.
I thought that was really cool, that you had the balls to get up and the guts.
Well, dude, at the end of the day, you go up on stage with your own thoughts. The people in the audience, they're just there.
Yeah.
It's their choice to be entertained or not. If they spend money to get into the building, and now they're spending money to pay for booze, all right, no doubt. You chose to come. You chose to watch. Now, if you think I'm funny, no doubt. If you think I'm not, then I'm sorry I wasted 6 minutes of your fucking precious life. And that's really it. It's just, I go up there to practice. I want to hear laughs. If I hear laughs, then I said something right.
Yeah.
And I like pursuing that because at the end of the day, all I want to do is entertain.
You ever gonna do that again?
Stand up?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm already working on a couple of new jokes.
That's awesome. I really like that.
Yeah, I have. Yes. In the last couple of days, or I wouldn't even say days, I would say like the last couple of weeks. Less than a month, more than 2 weeks. But
it's cool.
I've been working on a couple of new jokes, and I think I've got one that's pretty funny. But I'll leave it at that because it's not ready to be pushed out.
Yeah, sure.
But other than that, I'm just living life and creating. That's all I want to do is create.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else. And except for, when I have fried chicken, I like to have some fresh fried chicken or just the common first world fucking privileges that we have living in this country. But I'm not gonna get into that shit. Just be happy with what you got, and be giving at the same time. I can leave it at that.
Okay. I like that. That's some good stuff. I was gonna ask you more about what do you think is? Do you think there's like a way you could bridge any kind of gap between your live performances and what you do on YouTube, like your stand-up comedy? And
No. I am highly against reality television. I think it is the worst form of entertainment that has ever been introduced.
Well, you could do anything. You could be write comedy, like a sitcom, internet sitcom.
Listen, when you have a sitcom or a live broadcasted show, that's theater. That's all it is. May it be in front of a camera or may it be on a stage. It's a scripted play. And I feel that's where the art is. I enjoyed sitcoms. I don't enjoy reality television. Jersey Shore. Dumbest fucking thing on the planet. The Kardashians. I personally don't give a shit what these people are doing with their lives. I don't care about their drama. I don't care about their choices. They're making choices. Good for them. They're making choices. So that, at the end of the day, I can say as a fellow humanoid on this planet, good for you for making your choices. I don't care to watch them.
With that being said, here's a good reality show that'll turn your view upside down. Ready for it? Ready for it? Barnyard Buddies.
Okay. Barnyard Buddies. I hope you provide a link in this video at the bottom so that people can see what Barnyard Buddies is.
I'll have a cutaway. And a link.
No doubt. Barnyard Buddies, for me, is the greatest form of reality television. Because it's just goats.
Exactly.
Nothing else but goats playing.
Fainting goats.
Yes, all day. So you can see them running around and then boom, they just drop.
BYBFG.com.
No doubt. Yes, no, you were actually the one who introduced me to Barnyard Buddies, and I have gotten a kick out of it. I still watch it to this day. Absolutely.
Me too. I tune in.
I love watching it.
I like how they have different configurations in the yard, right? They move the stuff around.
Yeah, dude, it's really cool because you never know what you're going to see when they start airing it for the day.
But they go all night. They go into night vision mode. You see their eyes glow. It's crazy.
Well, then, for me, is what am I going to see today? Because I don't sit in front of my computer watching this thing all day.
I don't do that anymore, but I used to. Like, when I first watched it, I had it on one of my monitors, full screen, just for like fucking months, for weeks.
That's cool. I would play it in the background. I definitely would play it in the background while I'm doing stuff in the house.
Like, you know how Casey Neistat says he loops the Godfather movies over and over as he works? For me, it's going to be that all the way.
I don't know. I do put a lot of senseless stuff in the background. Recently, at 4 a.m, I watched this kid eat a bowl of Lucky Charms. It just was in my recommended channels and, like, recommended videos. It was like, this dude said... all it said was, watch me eat Lucky Charms. And I don't know why, but it caught my interest, and I clicked on it. 4 a.m, there I am, watching this kid just stare at me, in camera, and eat Lucky Charms. And I got a kick out of it. And that, I think that's acceptable as reality television, but then again, it was staged.
Yeah.
He put his camera in front of him, even labeled it, eating my Lucky Charms, eating my Lucky Charms on film or something. I forget the title exactly. But you knew what you were getting into. With the Kardashians or Jersey Shore or was it Real World or Survivor. That's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
I have a legitimate reality show for you, though. It's more of a competition show. It's called Kenny vs. Penny. I think I showed it to you. You have Kenny and Spenny. They have a competition every episode. One will be like, who could drink more alcohol? Who could stay awake the longest? Who do old people like the best? You know, these are all competitions they've done, and whoever loses, they have to do a humiliation. So, I'm trying to think what some of the humiliations.
Is it a real show?
Yeah. Like, they make them do dumb shit as a humiliation at the end. Whoever loses.
I don't know. I don't really watch those shows.
It is funny as fuck. The guy, Kenny, it's not on the air anymore, but it was in Canada. The guy, Kenny, he always cheated and, like, did things to fuck with Spenny. But it had such an interesting character dynamic, and it was so fun to watch, and it was all real. It was crazy. In one of the episodes, Kenny, he puts 4 hits of acid in Spenny's orange juice. He drinks it, and the competition was who can have an octopus on their head the longest. He's like, apparently there's poison in octopus that's like LSD, and he gives it to him, and then he's like crying. He's like trying to grab the boom. He fucking shits himself. He's out in the rain.
All right, no, I'd probably watch that. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a Who Can Smoke More Weed episode. It's all real. It's tremendous for a reality show. They go above and beyond to just be something special. It's one of my favorite shows.
But then again, isn't it all scripted?
No.
This is real.
It's
straight up.
They have a
just
competition, and they do whatever it takes to win.
So it's just get a challenge and then do it. No doubt. But see, that ties along with the whole, American Warrior, American Ninja. You know what I mean?
American Ninja Warrior?
American Ninja Warrior. I love watching shows like that.
Yeah.
There was a show in Japan called Craziest Game Show, I think it was called. Where it was everybody was just doing all these challenges, and they were weird. What's going on? Is somebody in the there are aliens in the camera?
Yeah. I had to check. I thought I saw one.
No doubt.
So
we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
And they have where you jump in the shapes of these cutouts on walls, and if you don't do it right, you get pushed into the water.
Yeah.
Like that kind of reality TV, dope. I will watch that all day.
Stage drama reality shows, not so much.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What
Those
about
are a waste of time? Waste of brain space.
Let me pitch you a show, okay? There's a guy. He's down on his luck, and he's with a roommate. All right, and the roommate's always messing with him, and it's about them and their life and the people they interact with. But that person is actually Buddy the dog, and his roommate is Bailey the beagle.
Well, Elijah Wood did that show. It's called.
Well, there's only one dog on Wolford.
Yeah.
And
well, that's kind of similar to the same concept.
I guess so. I was just trying to make a dumb joke.
I got you. No, you're funny. You don't have to try. But I don't know what else to say about reality TV. It sucks. And fuck you, MTV. Fuck you for killing music television.
If only there was a network that was only music videos. I guess that they'll never exist.
I don't think so. There will be no more Wayne's World. There will be no more shows like that ever.
You shot some music videos, right? Some hip hop videos, some all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, no, I work as the assistant director and a co-producer for Lost Not Found Productions, and we do a lot of hip hop videos. We do a lot of hip hop videos, and I've met a ton of hip hop artists.
You ever meet Pusha T?
I don't know.
I have not, but I was a return PA for one of his videos.
Yeah, no, I only remember the artists that I've personally worked with. I've been introduced to God knows how many, and I've been called retarded because I am not familiar. But I think that's why I am doing pretty good in that world, is because I treat everybody equally. Yeah. Everybody's awesome. Everybody's cool. They have an amazing person within them, and I like tapping into that.
Exactly, dude.
I don't care who you are, where you're from, whatever, man. I don't care how Jesus himself could show up, and I'd be like, "Yo, want to play some video games?" It's just being cool with people.
That's what it's all about, dude. I worked on I filmed a thing. One of the last things I filmed was an interview, and at the end of the interview, the guy's like, "Oh, come over here, man. Let's take a picture." And he shook my hand. He's like, "How you doing? Where you from?" and all that. Having a little conversation. I treated him like he was literally anyone. And you know who that was? Daryl McDaniels, DMC, or Run DMC.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you treat people as equals, you meet the most interesting people.
Yeah.
Because there's no fear that, oh, this guy's out to shice me, or this girl's got intentions. It's like nobody truly has bad intentions unless they're a bad person. But then again, that goes against the whole, like, no one's really a bad person. They just have badness within them, and there's also goodness, and it's a balance. Everything's a balance, and some people are, well, a lot of people on this planet are very imbalanced individuals. They allow the negative to take over the positive. I try to battle that by being super fucking positive and optimistic and finding solutions, because you have solutions in everything. Hey, I want to make a short film. Oh, but I got no money. But you own a camera, and you own some lights, and you have a brain. So fucking put it together. It's simple as that. There's never a reason why you can't do something unless you unintentionally create something that can really piss off the entire nation. But then again, you created something that got everyone's fucking attention. So your shit went viral. Yeah, you're an asshole now, but your shit went viral. And I don't know, it's just creation, man. That's all it is. At the end of the day, it's all about creation. If you don't create, then what are you, just sitting in a bar drinking and saying, "Oh, my life is horrible"?
Exactly.
I don't know.
What in what ways does working on stuff for Lost Not Found help you out with making your own stuff?
Keeps me busy.
Have you retained any like special skills or anything that
I
really
have
like
gained
to use?
many skills working in this production company. We'll say the management knows what the fuck is up and knows how to get shit done.
It's cool.
And I'm all about that. I'm all about that. The motto, train keeps moving with or without you. And I'm the type of person who likes to hold on to moving trains.
I feel like a lot of people that really succeed on this platform, YouTube or any other thing, it's like they're mostly in a realm of social media and tweets, videos, Instagram pictures, whatever. It's all flowing. But there are people like you and me, I feel like, hopefully I'm on that end, is just film. You know, filmmakers, people been on set, work with the equipment, put in the time. Do you think more people on this end, on the social media end, need to spend more time getting it into the actual industry part and really learning how to do their job correctly?
Absolutely. If you're doing anything that has to consist with film, media in general, throwing content out there, trying to create shows, I am not the type of person who will sit and watch you fucking shop for groceries. I don't care.
It's funny. I actually love that. I watch vlogs of people.
And that's, honestly, and that's a major percentage of the world. Because of the people on this end doing the whole social media thing, I feel we've downgraded our fucking brains.
I think it's true. I mean, it's just people, and there's no, like, it's broken all standards. Like,
I was entertained at 4 a.m. with a dude eating Lucky Charms. All right, It's funny, but did I gain anything out of it? Not really. I killed a few minutes. I laughed, but it was all temporary. And that's really all everybody wants, is just this temporary feeling of the fucking dopamine. People just want shots of dopamine. That's it. It makes you feel good to watch stupid shit.
It's just video candy, basically.
Video candy. Yeah, that's a good analogy for it.
Yeah,
video
think
candy.
about it this way. If you wanted a sweet treat back in the day, you would have a nice slice of pie or like a piece of chocolate, something that took time and effort to make that probably has some nutritional value from fresh fruit or something. It's a wholesome, nice portion of food, and instead you're going to 7-Eleven or a corner store.
You're paying 5 cents for the little candy that's in the front.
You're taking a Skittles, chugging Skittles. Oh,
Eating a pound bag of peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, I love peanut M&Ms.
While sitting and watching a kid eat cereal at 4 in the morning.
Exactly. Nice.
Because I do that myself. I've gone through a pound bag of M&Ms.
But that's not the same as eating.
It's overindulgence.
A pastry that someone sat and made. And
no, because as soon as you get a piece of that, and then you savor it. You have to savor it, or else you go through it like that, and then you're desiring more. You're not allowing yourself to enjoy it, and that's what people are doing. They're not allowing themselves to enjoy moments.
Exactly.
For instance, with the Weekly World Review, I put a lot of fact into every episode, and if it is capturing enough, then people will go out. We're in the future, man. People will go and research this stuff. They'll click and see, is this shit real? Like they'll put keywords from the video, and they'll see what's fact, and then that's the moment in hopes they learn something. That's my hope, that I am able to get somebody inspired to just research it, see if I'm fucking lying. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or am I telling the truth? Am I 100% satire, or am I just 25% satire? Yeah. Or am I 50% satire, or am I 33.3% satire? You know what I mean?
How long do you think it's going to take before you get your first debunked video? Weekly World Review, debunked.
Honestly, I don't know.
There's no trash monsters.
And I really don't care, because at the end of the day, I inspired that one person to make a debunked video. Yeah. Good for you. You did something.
I don't think you'll get any, because you're not trying to be real.
No.
There's a lot of people that do try to be real, and like the people with their different conspiracy theories, like the flat earthers and dinosaurs aren't real.
It's gotten to the point of insanity. That's really all it is. The only thing we know is what we as individuals know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, aliens exist. I personally believe they do, but you may not.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and force my ideals on you, which is why I don't deal with politics or religion at all. The only thing that I ever did that was kind of political was the first candidate. I made a video where I claimed I was running for president. And that was a straight satire. I'm not gonna fucking run for president. I don't want to be fucking president. It's too much power. It's too much on your shoulders. Lately it's become a fucking debacle. So I'm not gonna waste my time with that shit. And I'm not going to sit here and make arguments with people on their religious beliefs, because you are entitled to believe or follow anything you want. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna raise this a bit to compensate for the battery that's going dead.
No doubt. So that everything's dying.
Just like this planet, we're all gonna die from the eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano. I heard that on Joe Rogan.
I like Joe Rogan. I like listening to him.
Nice.
I learned some shit on there.
You ever see his stand-up?
I have seen his stand-up. He's funny.
Both great stand-up and a great podcast. Hopefully this podcast will be at least 10% as good as his. Delayed reaction.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. But, yeah, nothing else to say about that.
All right.
Barnyard Buddies!
Let me get into the typical Barnyard Buddies. I had to stop and acknowledge that.
Yeah, no doubt. But as you were saying.
Let me get into the typical line of question that I ask for this. What was the first thing you ever created?
First thing I ever created.
Yes, take it way back.
I was kind of a handful in class. Okay. So when I was younger, I think it was around 9th grade in high school, my teachers had enough, and they made me, they sent me to the production room Mr. Dinsmore, I believe, was his name. God, it was years ago, beyond years ago, like 30 years ago. But he was the teacher at that time. And I guess something was talked with the adults because I ended up being in there by myself.
Okay.
It was like my class.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't teach me anything, but he dropped a book, After Effects 3.0, in front of me. It's the first time I ever heard. I think it was like 9th grade.
Oh my God, After Effects at 9th grade?
Yeah, we were. Our school was one of the first ones to get some pretty decent computers.
Oh wow.
Small town, Podunk town, Frostproof, Florida.
Were you in Venice, Florida?
I was in Venice for a while. That was after Frostproof. I grew up in a small town called Frostproof.
This guy who made this album, actually, Carl King, grew up in Venice, Florida.
No doubt.
Went to Venice High School or whatever.
Venice High School. That is the high school I dropped out of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're the second person from that high school to be on my podcast.
That's
the most
funny.
random ass. That's
actually a really crazy connection. But yeah, no, I lived a majority of my adolescent life. I lived in Frostproof, Florida. Okay. It's in smack dab middle of Florida, Polk County.
Is that near Venice?
No, it was about 3 hours away, maybe an hour and 45. I don't know. I forget the distance, but we had to drive. To Venice? No, Venice is on the bay, and Frostproof's in the middle, so it was about 4 hours, something like that, to get that distance. Anyways, so I grew up in Frostproof, and I grew up with, I believe, it was like 32 to 34 kids.
Okay.
Saw them all the time, every year, every class, every time we had lunch, every time we were allowed for recess. It was always the same group of kids that I grew up with. And what started me down the path of production was a song, or it was a rhyme. I guess it was a rhyme or a poem or something that my friend Teddy's mother wrote.
Okay.
And she listed all the students and what they were going to do with their lives. And she got to my name, and she says that I was going to be in the restaurant. I was going to have a restaurant like my dad, or I was going to be in Utopia. That was my dad's restaurant at that time. And personally, fucking infuriated me that anybody had the audacity to claim that I was going to be in a restaurant like my father. I have nothing wrong with my father. I love my father. I respect my father. He did so much to just keep me going. But the restaurant work? No, absolutely not. I don't like working in restaurants. I've worked in so many, and they've always driven me crazy. And when I had heard that, I instantly had told myself, it was like, no, I will never, ever, ever end up in a restaurant. And if I do, I'm just going to own it and have other people run it. I'm not going to be in the kitchen and kill myself like my father did. He's still alive. He's not dead. But
kind of made it seem like something happened.
No, that place took his soul, man. We good?
Yeah, this one stopped. So we just have a close-up now.
All right. So we're tying it up. Him and my mother, it's as if he had sold his soul to the restaurant. And I don't have passion for that. Yeah. My passion's laid elsewhere in the land of imagination.
I was supposed to be a chef. I went to culinary school.
Oh, no doubt.
But I didn't want to do it anymore.
It takes a special breed to be a chef or a cook for a restaurant.
I like to cook, but I don't want to do it professionally.
It's a sacred thing. Dude, at the end of the day, it is a sacred thing. You are feeding people. You are giving life to people.
Yeah.
So, in that sense, it's dope work. I'm not that person, though. I'm the one who stands and jumps and dances around the fire. As the chef is cooking, I'm dancing.
Well, think about it this way. Instead of nourishing people's bodies, you're nourishing their minds.
All right, so I'm a cognitive, culinary, crazy person.
Yeah, I want to be that. How can
you are
someone
that.
be that? Tell the audience how they could be that.
How can you be a cognitive, culinary, crazy person?
A chef of the mind.
A chef of the mind.
Cognitive culinary crazy person.
Follow your passions like they're obsessions. That's it. You don't have to do what you're doing. You don't have to be getting these jobs that are sucking your souls. You do what you love, and you find a way of making a living doing what you love. That's what I have to say to people. And there's no excuses, because there, from what I remember, it was a small quip written by Old Man If. Okay. And people like to say, if I had money, if I had this, if this happened, if I didn't have that luck. Is if. Yeah, well, if grandma had testicles, they'd call her grandpa. If. Life doesn't work on if. Life works on does. It works. That's it. Okay. You pick something and you pursue it. You don't like it? Pick something else. That's it. Don't trap yourself in your own mind of excuses, because that's what a lot of people in this world do, is they make excuses on why they can't do something or why something didn't work out. And shit, we could be making excuses all day long and get nowhere. But if you find a solution, you have forward movement. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. All right. That's my my advice. Just do what you love, and if you're not doing what you love, you're fucking up.
Okay. Makes sense. What is there any other creative things that you've gotten into that you don't think we've talked about, or something you can talk about that inspire people to think more technically about what they're doing, or more artistically, or try to put a story into what they're doing? Anything you could tell people to step their game up based on what you've done?
Step their game up? Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Okay. That's it. You want to step your game up? Stop making excuses. Stop procrastinating and just do it. You want to learn a skill? They're on YouTube. There's tutorials all over YouTube. You can easily go and find out. The first thing because I did After Effects when I was in 9th grade, but then I stopped. For a long time, I didn't touch a computer. I wasted my time. Skateboarding, smoking bud, working at movie theaters, but I always kept my brain going with imagination. I kept feeding input, feeding my brain. I would watch movies. I watch anything. I don't care what it is. I will watch it just so that my mind can absorb what it is, and it fills my toolbox up. Okay. Because all good ideas are literally reprocessed. Right. We've all had the same ideas. We all have the same ideas, but at different times. That's why you hear these guys who are sitting in movie theaters going, "Oh my God, that's my idea. That's what I was thinking about. I literally came up with that 2 years ago." But why didn't you do it? Why didn't you pursue it? Well, I didn't, and then the excuses start pouring out. Okay. And so it's basically, that's what I'm just trying to explain. All right. Sorry, I'm very passionate about... And I'm not sorry. I'm very passionate about film. I'm very passionate about creativity, about actually just getting your shit done. Okay.
Well, with that passion for film, where do you think film is going? What do you think the next step is for film? Or not the next step, but the direction it's going.
You seen that film, Idiocracy?
Yes.
Do you remember the movie that played in that movie?
The one that says the un.
No. That was a play on the UN.
No. That whole movie that they played, the history.
No, not the history. What was the number one box office hit movie in theaters at that time?
God. It's something ridiculous, right?
It was literally an hour and 20 minutes, I think, if I remember correctly, of a dude's ass. That's it. It was just a dude's ass on film, on the screen, and the audience is cracking the fuck up. If people continue going down that path of putting stupid shit up we are literally going to have a box office hit of some dude's ass. And that's what is going to win a fucking Oscar. That's what people are going to be telling their kids to watch. That's what people are going to be recommending to their friends at the fucking office.
Think about it this way. It's gotten worse than that. Or maybe not on that level. But on YouTube, think about all the stupid 10-hour videos where people watching 10 hours of anything. You know, if there's a meme, there's 10 hours of it. 1 hour of a...
See, I avoid those videos like the plague. I stay away from those types.
I watched one of those. It was actually... I listened to it. It was a song from those games Sonic 2, and it was just repeating for like...
Was there any images on screen? Or
no,
was
I was just listening to it for 3 hours.
Oh, well, listen, but I've sat down and listened to music and various other sounds
literally the
for
same
hours
song
on end.
over and over. It's a Sonic, Green Hills.
But during the time that you were listening to it, how many thoughts entered your head?
A lot.
Exactly my point. Sound and visual content, they're two different beasts. The person who put them together into one created a mythological fucking creature.
Okay.
So, because you listen to anything. I listen to classical music. I love classical music.
It's very inspiring, right?
Oh my God, I come up with so many different images that go along with the sounds that I'm hearing. And that's really where film is. That's the art of film. Being able to combine these two platforms into one mythological creature.
Exactly.
And it's gotten to the point where it's fucking bullshit now.
Do you think people should listen to classical music for that reason, or do you think people should find what resonates with them?
No, find what resonates with you.
Okay.
I've sat down and I've listened to 4 hours of Static once.
Dude, I listen to Static
all day, every day, no doubt. See, I'm not opposed to that. I walk around the streets with beta waves playing. I have my headphones on and I got beta waves just in the background just to keep me chill.
I just got tired of music, honestly, because I went from listening to like Rush and all that stuff. I still listen to Rush sometimes and Pink Floyd and Zeppelin, but that
was music.
I started listening to ambient music. You know, like...
Dude, ambient music is amazing because when you're listening to something that has no words, instead of following a song that is guiding you down a path, it's left to you. It's up to you to decide where your thoughts are going to go based on the sounds that you hear.
That's why you should listen to Marconi Union. It has a very atmospheric sound. When you listen to it, it's like listening to an old movie, if that makes sense.
It does.
You have your tones and your little atmospheric sounds, and it's very sparse and has a very rich feeling, and it's really cool.
Well, that's what really makes a moving image pop. If you're making a film, then as much time as you spent putting the film together, you have to spend equal to double that time on sound.
Exactly.
Because if you got horrible sound, it doesn't matter if you've got a unicorn shitting out a gold nugget. If it sounds like shit, people are not going to remember it as much. Well, a unicorn shitting a gold nugget is a pretty fucking, profound thing to remember. Or I don't even know if the word's profound. Fuck it, who cares? Well, people will remember that, but they'll also remember that, that video sucked. It was cool watching it, but it sucked because of the audio.
Yeah.
I'm going?
We have 2 minutes left.
Cool.
Any closing thoughts?
Text me that band.
Marconi, I will.
And closing thoughts.
You talked about most of your creative history that you want to talk about.
Yeah, I got not much else to say. Don't reveal everything. Don't reveal everything.
I mean, there's always other stuff.
I'm not talking about editing this out or anything.
I just mean like stuff that would inspire people. Be like, oh, I did this, and you could try this out, blah blah blah. Basically covered.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
some
experiences I keep to myself because they were for me.
Okay.
And that helps me present what I'm doing because film, theater, stage, it's a presentation. Okay. if I reveal too much this is in my opinion, and we all have opinions like assholes. If I reveal too much, then I drop into the realm of reality TV. I told you everything. And sometimes, I'm not the greatest magician in the world, but magicians never reveal their secrets. And filmmakers are like magicians.
Okay.
Start fucking making magic, people. Stop with the goddamn excuses.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. This is really cool to have Taso here to talk about everything that we talked about. Watch all the stuff that I'm going to link from him. Check him out, social media. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, dude, thanks for having me, man. It was
Thanks.
cool. This
No
was
problem,
fun.
dude.
Bye.